Here are 5 things you need to know before playing Luna Snow. First, Luna Snow requires precise aiming, or at least more precise than Rocket Raccoon. So if you have poor aim like I do, you might struggle a bit. But there are some things to help you though. The basic attack hits instantly, you do not need to lead your shots or anticipate the movements of your target.
Nice.
When you shoot, if the reticle is on the target, the hit will land. Speaking of Ice Hearts, the second thing you need to know is that Ice Hearts projectiles pierce through both enemies and allies. This means that first you can use it to heal when your teammates are stacked, second you can use it to damage your enemies when they are all stacked, and third you can do both at the same time if you position yourself well, especially at choke points. Ice Hearts can also be used after you run out of ammo on your basic attack, so you can keep a longer stream of healing and damage without being interrupted by a reload when you need this. Moving on to the third thing, both Ice Hearts and Absolute Zero's Luna's Freeze apply a self-heal. When you cast these two abilities, you start a self-heal for 90 health over 3 seconds. You can use these abilities to save or heal yourself and get back into action if there is nobody else there to top you off. I believe that using Ice Hearts first is a better tool for self-healing, as I prefer to keep Absolute Zero in case of emergency if I am flanked or dive. Which leads us into the fourth thing that you learn usually the hard way. Luna has only one way of disengaging enemies, and it can fail you if, as I said in the beginning, you have poor aim like me. Luna does not have any dashes or any way of putting some distance between her and the diver. Smooth Skate is her only mobility tool, and Smooth Skate is great because it helps you get back in the action a lot faster after respawning, but is not that great once you are dived or caught by surprise by a flanker. Her only way of dealing with this is Absolute Zero, which freezes someone but is a slow projectile and you might find it hard to hit. It freezes your target for around 3 seconds, but if after half a second the frozen enemy is attacked, then the freeze ends. You can use this to deal with squishier heroes because you can freeze them and headshot them to finish them off before the freeze expires, but in case of bulkier heroes you are better off shooting the freeze and running for help with your skates. So when playing Luna, you are a bit dependent on your team to peel for you and protect you, so if you find yourself constantly targeted and harassed with nobody to protect you, you might want to switch into a hero that is more self-sufficient for his survivability. The fifth thing that you need to know is how to use Share the Stage. This is Luna's ability that heals the target for 35% of Luna's overall healing. There are 2 ways you can use this. First, the obvious one, you toss it on a hero like Spider-Man or Iron Man and then you focus on the tanks while they receive the trickle-down healing. The problem is that sometimes that healing is not enough, and if they really are in big trouble, you'll still need to turn around and help them out, especially if you have no other target nearby to heal. So the second way to use this ability is to actually enhance your direct heals on an ally. If you put Share the Stage on an ally and then target him directly, then he will receive the base heal plus the 35% extra healing. Doing this, you can bring a tank from critical to full health in no time. Lastly, thing number 6 is to remember that your ultimate means that your team basically cannot die for 12 straight seconds. You can use it to negate ultimates, especially when stacked, but remember that you can still be killed with a one-shot during your ultimate. The main thing to keep in mind is that you should switch between the 2 ultimate modes. Use the healing part to negate a big part of damage during teamfights and then switch it to damage boost. If the team gets low, then back to healing and so on. Luna is one of the top healers in Marvel Rivals, but to play her effectively you need to master her kit and more importantly to have decent aim. If you found the info in this video helpful, help me out by subscribing to the channel and dropping a like on this video, and keep slaying!